But anyway,
college football happened.
Yes. Let's roll in college football. But before we roll in college football,
you want to school them?
I want to school them, George. Because I want to school you guys. All right. We want to talk about some college football. But you know what? I know everybody has some New Year's resolutions. You have them?
Yeah.
Seriously, everybody has them. And I know a lot of you people have New Year's resolutions, and you fail at them. Time and time again, you get started and you bail on those motherfuckers. Look, go to www.schoolyourselfintoshape.com. Pick up the book. The shit is only $6, the Kindle version, and it's like $13 paperback, okay? There's a video at the end of this video, tells you all about it. Check it out, it's worth your time. Okay, let's talk some college football.
How happy were you to see what happened to Florida State?
I was happy, but, and see, I don't think a lot of people understood that on our boards. I said I'd like to see a mix-up. And so for me,
a mix-up would be not Florida State, not Alabama.
Not Alabama, because this is why, everybody. If you look, if we went by last year's current system,
it would be Florida State versus Alabama.
It would be Florida State versus Alabama.
And what did we have last year?
And you know what? It would have been another SEC team winning.
Possibly.
Another SEC team winning. And I don't like the SEC, okay? But Bama is the better team than Florida State. I just think that, even though I don't like the SEC, but that's the problem with the system. You see what I'm saying? Because you know what? When you have the SEC playing the SEC, you have the SEC playing a subpar team, sometimes if we did not have the college football...
Look through the bowl games. The SEC stunk.
Yeah, they stunk
The only two teams in the SEC... What he means this year is in the bowl games, not this year overall. Yeah. Let's not get too excited there about our SEC hate. So, yeah, the bottom two teams in the SEC, the vaunted SEC West, were the only two teams to win.
Right.
But the only thing I will say is out of the, 12 teams in the SEC?
12.
10 of them went to bowl games.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because if you're running the SEC, you're really happy to watch all that bowl money roll in. Mm-hmm. But as Kevin said, Bama got worked, but they didn't look nearly as bad. Well, no, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Florida State took it on the chin. I don't know. They just looked confused.
To their defense, they did, up until halftime, they looked fine. Mm-hmm. But I can honestly say, looking at that game, they just quit. Once they got fucking rocked, and this is the thing, and you and I were going back and forth, and I was going back with some other buddies of mine as well. Oregon knows how to finish games, and we were saying the whole time, if Oregon gets ahead, they're not going to be able to do the shit that they did all this season. Now, there's a flip side to this coin, and that's the fact that the people during the course of the year that discredited what Florida State did through the year, you can't do that. No, they still had a remarkable season and they had a remarkable run.
Florida State should have been number one wire to wire. They were in the old system. Florida State would have never dropped from number one. Right. But now that you interject these yahoos in a fucking room with one of them being Condoleezza Rice and some other folks, I'm just looking at them. I'm like, that one still just chaps my ass. I don't give a shit how much football.
She said that shit before she was Secretary of State. She was saying that's more. She wanted that. She said she'd rather have to put that position than Secretary of State. Seriously.
Anyway, those monkeys blew it because, in my opinion, Florida State should have never been out of number one. Yeah. You don't take the returning national champ. I understand this season's new, but you also have to look at the body of work. And their body. Jameis Winston's only lost one game. And he's 1-0 in the courtroom, too, which just blows me away.
That's more phenomenal than anything.
After reading that shit,
right?
Oh, she wanted it because she was moaning.
Right. Moaning like this.
Yet the dude next to you, who in the thing sat there and said, she doesn't want it, you should probably stop. That's exactly what he was saying to Oregon's team. Because Oregon just laid it on you. Absolutely laid it on you.
I don't know what the fuck he was saying to Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, Jimbo Fisher said, I will put you on the fucking bench.
Yeah.
So he was telling that big dummy to just relax. But anyway, they got mollywopped. Yeah. And now Oregon is on to play
Ohio State. Now, can I touch on something really quick?
Please do.
There were two. I think Jameis Winston is going to get a lot of heat, and I think Alabama's team's going to get a lot of heat. Now, I mean, Alabama's quarterback's going to get a lot of heat.
Because that Bama threw two of the worst interceptions I've ever seen in my entire
life.
No,
he did throw some interceptions, but this is the other thing you have to remember. When your squad lets another squad put up 50-plus points, that ain't the quarterback's fault. I mean, if he makes a turnover in your territory deep in the other, that's a problem. But when somebody puts up, you got to give credit to the other team's offense.
I'm not taking anything away from 12 gauge, which seems like a god-awful nickname for the linebacker who's posing as a quarterback for Ohio State.
Yeah.
That Bama's 6'5", 250.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's huge.
And he's got about as much touch as Colin Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how that's working out. Mm-hmm. So, they got a shot to beat Oregon, but like you said, they can't be behind. You cannot get behind Oregon and think you're going to have catch-up time, because they will not take their foot off your throat.
They will not. Now, I tell you what, I do like an Urban Meyer coach team, and this is what I told George. I said, everybody I think was stuck when Ohio State was playing Alabama, and I said this. I said, if this was the Jim Tressel Ohio State team,
they'd have got destroyed.
But I said, it's a different fucking team, different fucking recruits. You know, you got a different type of mentality with Urban Meyer coaching. You saw what he did in the SEC at Florida. Mm-hmm. He's used to this shit. Mm-hmm. He's used, he knows how to get his boys ready for the game. He's got a game plan. He is fucking crazy fucking anal about getting his squad ready.
Crazy about anal.
That too. Maybe. I don't know if he is. I don't know. But anyway, and you saw it. You saw it. He outcoached Nick Saban. And now the thing is, can he do that to Oregon's coach in the national championship?
I don't know how. Right now, one thing that just blew me away is the reporter at the end of the game sat there and asked Mariota about tempo and how does this, like, how do you understand that they practice and play that way all year long, and they're the only team that does that. Mm-hmm. So when they panned over to the Florida State defensive linemen and they have their hands on their hip and they're huffing and puffing, the Oregon linemen don't get substituted out. No. The Oregon linemen are there. They're running. Yeah. They're ready to go. Yeah. That system stayed. That system didn't go away when Chip Kelly went away. Why? Because it works in college.
And let me explain something to you if you've ever played football. Defensive players are the more athletic players. And this is why it is. It's they have to pursue all the time. Like a defensive lineman, offensive lineman will sit there, block you, and then a defensive lineman has to run to the play. They have to pursue. They're constantly doing far more running than the offensive players. They're constantly pursuing. It doesn't matter if they're coming off a block. The receiver will stop blocking you, and if you're a corner, you got to run all the way across the field. If you're a linebacker, you got to run all the way across the field. Defensive players are constantly running. Then all of a sudden they get back to the line, and they're getting ready to snap the ball again. Yeah, and they got to start pursuing again.
Oregon don't play. So with that said, Oregon versus Ohio State, who are you going with?
I mean, Vegas has got Oregon ahead by 7 or 8 points right now, and it would make sense to go with Oregon. They got the Heisman Trophy winner, and the way they can. But you know what, man? I'm gonna go with the underdog. I'm gonna go with Ohio State, man, because I have a lot of faith in Urban Meyer's game plan. I think if he can slow it down and do what Florida State did the first half, because I think he has a better. I think he has a better offense, and I think Florida State's defense was one of their biggest problems this year because it was apparent all during the season. I think Ohio State has a better defense, and if they can slow down Oregon a little bit. Now, you see, I'm saying if. But he's impressed me. I mean, he's got where he has with 3 different fucking quarterbacks. You saw what they did to Michigan State. You just saw what they did to Alabama. People were, I'm going to go with Ohio State. Cool. Mm-hmm. I know you're going to go with Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Ohio State was playing the Citadel, I'd pick the Citadel.
Yeah.
You
hate Ohio State.
There's 3 teams.
What is there in college?
No, not even in college.
No, I know the teams. Can I guess them? Okay. You hate in football. We're talking football. He hates Ohio State. Oh, there's another team I'm going to say.
Okay.
It's really 4 teams. He hates Ohio State, but I know what George is thinking. And pro, the other 2 teams are pro teams. Mm-hmm. One is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mm-hmm. He cannot stand. Mm-hmm. Obviously, because you're an NFC boy like me, you hate the fucking Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Now, but there's one team that you also hate in college football, Boise State. You forgot about
I don't even count them anymore because they're so irrelevant. Their 3 fans are quiet. Their team doesn't do anything anymore. They're not in the top. Yeah, no, I even forgot about them.
Yeah. Well, everybody look.
No, hold on.
What?
Real quick. Mm-hmm. If your team had the leading freshman rusher in the conference, do you think he'd get a lot of touches in the bowl game?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you think if this same leading rusher were to, return a kick about, between 94 and 100 yards in the game, and also break a rush for the game, over 85 yards, how many touches do you think he'd get on offense for the entire game?
I would say if he was doing shit like that, I'd have him have somewhere between 25 and 30.
What if I told you the man touched the ball 11 times? 11 times. Somebody explain to me why the 20-year-old Leonard Fournette for the LSU Bayou Bengals had 11 fucking touches in the fucking game.
Were they playing from behind in that ball game?
No. Not in the beginning. It was tight. I mean, it was tight
Right.
the whole way. It was 3 points.
What was the final score?
I don't give a fuck. They won by 3 points. It could have been 30-27. I don't give a shit. That was one of the most frustrating things I've ever seen. And the defensive coordinator has left and gone to Texas A&M. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Because next year when you fire your offensive coordinator because you have a shit season, and let me tell you right now, and I know I'm an LSU fanboy,
right.
They should easily be in the top 5 next year. If not, they should be competing for an national title.
At the beginning of the season,
with all those young kids.
Now, I'm going to say, at the preseason polls, I would expect them to be in the top 10, because I think people are going to say with LSU, because they lost off, they're going to have to play a couple games.
Right, no, I'm fully with you. But I think they're going to beat Auburn, they're going to beat Alabama. I think they're going to be undefeated next year. Put it this way, they have enough talent on that team to be undefeated next year.
Yeah.
They should have put in the freshman quarterback and gone through the growing pains. I would have been more receptive to that than the bullshit they pulled. They put in their freshman quarterback for 1 game. You want to take a guess which game it was? It was a road game at fucking Auburn.
Do you think, let me ask you this,
Who does that?
Mississippi State's and Ole Miss's performance this year, do you think that was flukish? Because they had all those seniors.
They had a strong senior-laden team. Mm-hmm. And look, in my lifetime, the last time Ole Miss was important is when Eli was there. Mm-hmm. I hadn't heard of Ole Miss till then. Mm-hmm. Eli's been in the NFL for over a decade.
Hey, so, I'm going to tell you another thing, too. I don't care what the outcome of the national championship is. Ohio State next year is going to be crazy.
And you already heard Braxton Miller wants to transfer to Duke.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows how much,
You know what's going to happen? He's going to blow out a knee in the car ride from Ohio to North Carolina. And he won't play for them either. Right. That can't stay healthy. Yeah. And the other backup quarterback, he might go.
Guys, it's going to be very interesting in years to come with this college football playoff.
How many years till we get an 18 playoff?
I would say 3.
I would say 2.
Yeah.
I think next year's it because the Big 12 is pissed. TCU and Baylor.
Yeah. What about them?
I would have loved to see TCU play Oregon.
Huh?
TCU versus Oregon. That would be fucking nuts.
Yeah, TCU did what they had to do, but Baylor got smoked. They didn't get smoked. They were winning, but Michigan State said no, not today.
Michigan State could have been in it.
Yeah. Big Ten looked good. So you could have definitely had 2 Big Ten teams. You could have definitely had 2 Big Ten teams.
2 from the SEC, 1 from the Big 12.
2 from the SEC, 2 from the Big 12, Baylor and TCU.
No, just 1, because you only get 8.
Right. Well, that's 2 Big Ten,
so
2 SEC, and then Oregon, only 1.
Florida State, Alabama, Oregon.
Florida State.
Yeah.
Okay, Florida State.
Alabama.
Oregon. Just go with that. Then you had Alabama.
Ohio State.
But who's the second team in the SEC?
It would have been Mississippi or Mississippi State.
I said Mississippi State, okay? Then you got Ohio State and Michigan State, and then TCU and Baylor. 8.
Yeah, what about the Pac-12?
Oregon.
And who?
And that's the fuck's are terrible.
And on that note,
we're out of here.
Go school yourself.
Yeah, go school yourself.
Do you want to improve your physical appearance and health? Do you crave to be in better moods and need an emotional lift? Do you want more energy during the day, better sleep at night, and exceptional sex always? Do you just want to be happy? The health benefits of regular exercise and proper diet are hard to ignore. However, lack of knowledge, willpower, and improper methods prevent many of us from getting into shape. But what if you could learn to quickly improve your fitness, obtain your goals, and not be miserable doing it? School Yourself into Shape was written to provide people with the proper guidance and instruction to accomplish just that. The book teaches you about the importance of structure, how to become consistent, breaking habits, overcoming obstacles, and how to ultimately create a healthy lifestyle. So if you're ready to get in shape, the time is now. The best way to get something done is to begin. Get the book, read every page, and be happy you did a year from today.